Good morning, East Leyden. Happy Friday, and welcome to our final Eagle Update. I'm Ms. Val Fiorentino.
And I'm Sienna Price. We and the rest of the English 4 journalism class are thrilled to end our time as your source for student-run, student-produced free speech.
For our final segment, we are covering Leyden's retirees and Mr. Harmon's Celebration of Life event.
We hope you enjoy.
Last week on Wednesday, Leyden honored and celebrated the life of former social studies teacher and softball coach, the late Andy Harmon. The evening featured a tree dedication ceremony at East Leyden and both a varsity and staff softball game at Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont. The tree planting, along with a tribute from a close friend and fellow coach, Mr. Kurt Schuick, kicked off an evening of heartfelt storytelling and memories from all who knew and cared about Mr. Harmon.
As we stand here today next to this budding tree donated by the Harmon family, it is only fitting that it is a red maple. Not only is the maple tree the most popular kind of wood used for baseball bats due to its hardiness and durability, but the red maple also symbolizes balance, something that we know Andy took very seriously. Today, as we celebrate our good friend, family member, colleague, teacher, and coach, may this tree continue to grow and be a symbol of the strength, endurance, and balance Andy Harmon embodies for each and every student athlete, coach, child, parent, and person who passes it or takes comfort in its shade.
The niece and nephew of Mr. Andy Harmon threw out the ceremonial first pitch during last week's Celebration of Life event in his honor. After the Leyden varsity girls played, the faculty had a game of their own with many different participants, including Superintendent Dr. Poliak and Principal Dr. Manola. Dr. Manola went yard twice to put his team ahead, and then Dr. Poliak hit an inside the park home run with an amazing slide into home plate to seal the deal for their team. Coach Joe Hamilton sold t-shirts to students and faculty to raise money for the Harmon Scholarship and the Little League teams around the Leyden district. Between the Harmon shirts and the silent auction going on throughout the night, they were able to raise over $7,000. The night was a very emotional one for everyone in attendance since he was so loved by the community. Many people took the time and shared funny stories or their favorite memories of Harmon throughout the years he was a teacher and coach in the Leyden area.
My favorite memory of Harmon is when we were at a game and he kicked the fence so hard that he actually fell off of his chair, and Coach Hamilton had to help him up off the
We forgot the helmets.
Yes, we forgot all of our equipment at East Leyden. We were going all the way to Willowbrook, and he punched a wall when he figured out that we had no equipment with us.
The baby filter on him. Oh wait, I
So
have
cute.
the time when we convinced him to cancel practice.
Oh my God,
there
it was a
blood.
Yes!
It was a blood. He was at all our games and played catch with her all the time.
Like that.
Not only did he go to recital, she was raised in the dirt while Andy played baseball.
I love playing in the dirt at baseball field.
She loved
And concession stands. I also loved concession
Sitting
stands.
involved with the concession
Yeah.
stand. But then the flip was it that he had to go to all her Nutcracker performances.
I have so many priceless memories that not only did I, but my fellow coaches, my fellow teachers, and our players shared with him. You know, it's pretty impossible just to pick one. People are going to remember Andy as being a selfless individual. He was, fiercely loyal to Leyden. I definitely would say that he bled blue and gold for this school, for the kids that he taught, for the players that he coached. And I think, that's how everyone's going to remember him, as just loyal, optimistic, and selfless.
We'd like to thank all the students and staff that made the Celebration of Life game very memorable and a great honor to be a part of.
For 33 years, Mr. Vale has made science something all kids want to explore and potentially bond with. His time here at Leyden is something many teachers, students, and faculty will miss. His outreaching, helpful hand is also what many will remember during his time here at East Leyden.
I'm Mr. Vale. I've been teaching here for 33 years, and I've taught physical science, honors chemistry, and AP chemistry, and regular chemistry. I was a boys cross country coach for about 10 years and a girls track coach for about 10 years.
Has had many influences for teaching, starting with his father, who was also a teacher. We spoke with him on why he finds teaching such a privilege.
When the light bulb goes on, especially when the light bulb goes on for people's futures. My dad was a teacher, and science was very interesting to me, so it just came together.
Mr. Vale has also had many great stories and labs during his time here at Leyden that he will never forget and hold with him even after his time here.
We have a lab that we find out how many calories are in food, and the kids are burning food, and it's just very applicable to life for kids to find out about food and energy values. The only funny story I have is I had a student named Laura that we had to wait for something to cool down, and it was winter, so she stuck a test tube out of the window, had hydrochloric acid and something else in it, and it fell out of her hand, and it fell on our financial director's car. And so I gave her a wet sponge, and I said, "Go clean it up now." As far as I know, nothing happened to the car.
Part of retirement for many is finding out what you're going to do with all that free time on your hands. Mr. Vale has some great plans, like potentially bring his grandfather's truck back to life.
Very excited about it. Mostly excited about getting up in the morning and just deciding what I want to do. I always liked my grandfather's pickup truck, and I always wanted to buy the same make and model and do a frame-off restoration. It's a F-150, probably 1978.
Harmon, a senior here at East Leyden, has had Mr. Vale for multiple classes throughout his time. For Harmon, Mr. Vale's helpfulness went above and beyond.
He's a really nice teacher, and he knows how to talk to his students really nicely. He knows to make sure that everyone in the class understands the topic, and he finds ways of teaching very fun, I'd like to say. He knows a lot. He's a very smart person, I'd like to think of, and he's also kind. He'll stop and make sure everyone's having a good day, and he'll tell us all have a nice day and like what our plans are. So he's a nice, kind, smart guy.
As the academic school year is nearing its end, we'd like to say our goodbye and thank you. Mr. Vale's time and dedication to Leyden is something we will all miss.
As the Leyden family keeps on growing, there are some teachers that are unfortunately going to be retiring this school year.
Well, I discovered that I liked teaching when I was living in Italy, and I was teaching English, and I was like, oh, I really like teaching. And so I decided to come back and be a high school teacher here.
Miss Gurley teaches in a modern language department since 1998, and she can currently teach all levels of Italian language. She's also very involved in the Leyden by sponsoring East Leyden Italian Club, Italian Honor Society, and the Mindful Club.
Still a great opportunity to get to know kids outside of the classroom, so I highly recommend being a sponsor of clubs. You know, Italian Club, Italian Honor Society, On Common Ground. I used to be a sponsor of Mindfulness Club. I think being in clubs and being involved is super important and meaningful, and you can meet new friends. And so I encourage everybody to join clubs and sponsor clubs. It's a lot of fun.
Since Miss Curley is in charge of a lot of clubs, allows them to have a formal relationship with her.
I'm probably going to miss how interactive she was with her classes. She always liked to talk to everyone in the class, always had them get involved in some way so that no one was really left out.
All right, so what I think I'm going to miss most about Miss Curley is that she's often like a very passionate teacher about what she teaches. It's always nice to have another person kind of inspire me to pursue my passion and be good about it.
Before Leyden Community signs her off, some students would like to say a few words to Miss Curley.
Thank you for being a great Italian teacher over the past 3 years that I've had Italian. And whatever you do after school, I hope it just goes well for you.
Okay, buona pensione. Ciao.
Ciao.
We, the Leyden community, would be sad on the retirement of Miss Curley, but we hope the best for her, for our Leyden family. George DeLeon signing off.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? We put some Leyden students and staff members to the test to see if they could beat fifth grader Armani Negron in a quick classic game of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Massachusetts?
Boston or something. Boston, Massachusetts.
Sure. Massachusetts?
Yeah.
think it's gonna be funny if I just say Illinois.
It's in Massachusetts, more specifically Cambridge.
Post-Meridian.
Nighttime.
I have no idea, honestly. My teacher didn't teach me that.
Past midnight, post midnight.
Past midnight.
Post Meridian?
Francis Scott Key.
I'm not gonna get that.
Oh, I know this, but I don't know at the same time, so I don't know.
Oh, say, can you see? Francis Scott Key.
A different one? The other? The O say, can you see? It's embarrassing.
Francis Scott Key. Beast mode. Let's go. Come on.
Antarctica?
Antarctica.
Yeah, Antarctica continent. Yeah.
Oh, I know it. Antarctica.
Alaska.
Antarctica.
Oh, I thought you said it stays.
Hey, I'm G.
I gotta think Antarctica. All right.
Ear? Yeah, the ear.
Something with your hips.
It's ears.
Okay.
No, but I'm assuming your legs. That's your ears.
No.
Ears. Hearing.
I want to say it's like the cerebrum or something.
In the ear, I believe it is maybe called the cochlea.
Fifth graders know this. There's no way. I didn't learn this in 5th grade.
That's all the news we have time for today, East Leyden. Have a great summer, and we hope you enjoyed our final Eagle update. This is Nicole Fowler.
For the Eagle update, this is Jocelyn Munster.
For the Eagle update, this is Peter Janus.
Robert Sanchez, Leyden Journalism.
This is Julia Servin with your Eagle update.
This is Spirits Hart.
Sienna Perez.
Alejandro Navas.
Leyden Journalism.
This is Leanne Lopez with your Eagle update.
Guy Salas, Leyden Journalism.
For the Eagle update, this is Natalie Sanchez and Julissa Quintero.
This is Madison Rivera, Leyden Journalism.
This is Colin O'Neill for the Eagle Update.
For the Eagle update, this is George DeLeon.
This is Johnny Blomquist, Leyden Journalism.
For the Eagle update, this is Ariana Sosa and Justina Vojtulevich.
Gustav Tastard, the East Leyden Journalism.
For the Eagle update, this has been Isabella Lanuski
and Brianna Molini.
This is Frank Klein and James Orvon, Leyden Journalism.
For one last time with the Eagle Update.
This is the class of 2022 signing off.